Apparently that link we set up yesterday, orientation is locked. Okay, so I have to do it this way. Go on. Hi guys, no one joining us yet. Apparently that link we set up yesterday is some reason not working. Oh, we got two people. Hello Jonathan. Hi Sinak. Go on. Come here. Come say hello. Come say hello, Trouble. Come and say hello. Come here. Come here, you little rat. Come here, little rat. Say hello. Hello to everyone. But I just want to play, Dad. I'm growling and biting everything. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Alice. Hello, Rocky. Ow! Hey, don't bite so. Naughty. Jonathan's also just got a new puppy. Well, Maddie, you say sweetness until she gets going. She's just woken up from a nap, so we're very busy. Okay, go play. I'm talking about serious things now. Don't bite my toes. Go play somewhere else. Okay, guys, so obviously yesterday, hello Forkstar, hello Ladybird, we put out that video on, hello JB, on the dehorning process. That's, hello JB, that happened over the last couple of weeks. Hello T-Kid, and I'm sure lots of people have a lot of questions. We saw there were a lot of questions, so we decided we would just have a live chat based on what was happening with that stuff. I'm very sorry that you lost your pup, Ali. Well, very, very sad, but it does give you a chance to get a new puppy. Hey, Naughty. Growling. What are you doing, Naughty? Naughty's chewing on a stick. What was Sinak saying there? So, Safari Film Crew is actually Scott's new business. And we will be, well, we're always in chat, but we're still very good friends with Scotty, and we do chat quite often, so we might see Scotty on a safari with Brent at some point, or us on the Safari Film Crew. Hi everyone. There we go. Jonathan would like to know, does dehorning give the rhinos a better chance from being poached? It does. Hello Kathy. And now it is quite sad that we've got to a stage where we need to dehorn the animals to be able to, keep them safe. Now, of course, it is not a foolproof plan. There is still a little bit of horn left there that that poachers might target. However, it decreases the chance of poachers targeting that reserve if the animals are dehorned. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, what are rhino going to defend themselves with? Etc., etc., etc. Now, and I apologize, I know there's lots of questions coming in, so I'm just going to finish one question at a time. And so what it does is it lessens the chance that the poachers are going to target those rhinos. So that is the reason you do it. It is not the only thing. There we go. JC, does it affect their ability to defend themselves? Now, actually, let's ask you guys. What do you guys think a rhino's horn is primarily for? Now, everyone says defense, but what are they defending against with those horns? Now, when it comes to evolution, there's certain reasons why animals evolve things, and almost everything in the animal world is either evolved for food or breeding. There we go. LED, you're on the right track. It's the rhino horns are for fighting with other rhinos. Of course, they can use them against lions and hyenas, but most lions won't even tackle a rhino, and a rhino without a horn is just as capable of defeating a lion or chasing off a lion without its horn. So it's really there for fighting amongst each other. Now, from a female point of view, it's to help keep the males away. What are you doing? Come back here. Don't wander too far. There's a leopard kill not very, very close to our house at the moment, so I sort of watched puppy while we're out in the back garden. Oh dear. Just 1 second. Hi, love. I'm just busy with the live video. I'll call you back afterwards. Everyone says hi, Jamie. Have you back? My mic. Oh, it fell down. Can you get me another piece of tape, Vimpy? My tape is there we go. Vimpy, can you also take the phone? So we also we've been out filming quite a bit. So the badger's getting a bit of love from Opar today. One of our breaks was gone, so it's getting rebonded. Everyone, VM is making his live appearance, his brief live appearance. Yes, and then he's going back to technical support. VM's going to take my phone also, so no one can phone me if anyone phones. There we go. We're just going to change this around so the mic doesn't fall. Oops, again. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. I'm sure the sound's a bit funny while we're doing this. Okay. How's that? Yes, that was VM. VM is not my brother. He is my business partner. Oh, there is a jet. A fighter jet flying over. See the jets? Sorry about that. Just going to wait for them to pass. So the Hoedspruit has got one of the major Air Force bases for the country. So the helicopter squadron and the jets are around here from time to time. Are we going to behave or are we going to be naughty? Are we still playing or we want to sleep now? No, we're still playing. Okay, go play with the grass. Jonathan's asking what happens to the horns once they're cut off. Those horns are microchipped, and then they will be stored in a lock room in an undisclosed location where they will be kept safe. Now, what happens to them in the future, we don't know. Whether South Africa is going to start trading in horn or they're not. That is up to many various people, the decision that will come. And it's always an interesting discussion that whether to trade in rhino horn or not to. But we'll get onto that. Well, let's just stick to the dehorning and the anti-poaching aspect of it. So the dehorning, as long as you dehorn all the rhinos in the reserve, it doesn't really affect their behavior because they can still fight with each other, etc., and compete with each other without. Hey, stop barking. Andy, why keep the horns? Well, because the horns are very, very valuable. Hey, Kloa. Come here. Don't bark at the warthogs. There we go, Lisa. That is a very good thing. Are they not sold to help with the anti-poaching issue? So that's a very big question that's being asked. Whether the trade in rhino horn should become legalized. It's a very complicated subject. Educational programs are good. Yes, so as I said, Rhino Revolution doesn't only dehorn. There's anti-poaching, there's sniffer dogs, there's community education. There's a whole multifaceted program to try curb rhino poaching. And what's happening is that not one thing is working, so you need to have a whole bunch of different things that to help ensure. It's not sticky, maybe it's my shirt that it keeps falling off. That to ensure the safety of the rhinos, and dehorning is just one of those. So there are also there's lots of different things. There's anti-poachers out all the time. There's sniffer dogs. No, the cutoff part was rounded, so the rhino is doing something besides protecting itself with their horns. Yes, so what happens with that, why it's rounded, as I explained in the video, rhinos constantly are working their horns. They rub them up against posts and trees and stuff, and that's actually to try to keep them sharp for when they're fighting. So it does play a part in their behavior, and whether the horn is cut off or not, that they still continue to do that behavior. There we go, Bridget. I agree with Bridget there. Whatever it takes to protect the animals. CNAC, for the solution of the rhino horn trade is to criminalize it. It's already criminal to trade in rhino horn, and that's one of the arguments. There's a lot of people that are pushing for a system very similar to what happens with diamonds, where there's a central buying organization where the major stakeholders will sit on the board. So South Africa, Vietnam, and China, and places where rhino horn is being utilized for medicine or for status or for whatever. About every 18 months to just over 2 years, they have to be dehorned. So that's one of the things. So if there's control, over the trade, like anything. Janet, isn't it until people desiring the horn are educated, will it not stop? Well, you've got a big argument there, and also sometimes us, from considered Western civilizations, are quite arrogant. The Chinese culture and a lot of the Eastern cultures have been around a lot longer than ours, so it's near impossible to try to change 10,000 years of culture. So the Chinese have been a far more sophisticated culture than we have for a much longer period of time. So you're dealing with many thousands of years. I mean, we were still barbaric. The Western cultures were barbaric savages, while the Chinese were already producing art and poetry and silks, and we were running around whacking each other over the heads with spiky clubs. So it's all very well to say education, but those things take time. And of course, something that is not a huge amount of now there was that someone's talking about rhino horn devaluation. Oh man. Okay, so there is someone who's trying rhino horn devaluation. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. It's been proven that they were trying to put poison into the horn. It covers a really tiny area, and it isn't actually effective in stopping the poachers. Dehorning is more effective, but again, nothing is perfectly effective. So as I was saying, there is a thought that if you have a central buying organization, so at the moment now, there's very little political will or influence on the other side of the world. So we can do what we want here and check and stuff, but if no one's policing it at the other side, it's going to be very difficult to control. So if there's a central buying organization, and the Vietnamese, the South Africans, the Chinese are on that, and there's a legal trade, the theory is that now that there is a legal trade and it's taxable and etc., that all of a sudden the other side, the officials, the governments on the other side would take it a lot more seriously than they are at the moment, because obviously it's a taxable income, like they do with illegal cigarettes, illegal anything. If it's affecting a legal business, then the company will or the country will take a far more serious look at it. Okay, sorry, I've missed some stuff. It's going quickly here. Well, my music, yes. Money is important. Money keeps governments running. Money keeps healthcare going, etc., etc., etc. So money is needed to run a country, and unfortunately, in my opinion, now this is no fact, that we need to stop looking at the rhino poaching problem as a conservation problem, and rather look at it as an economic problem. So you've got multi layers of economics, obviously. So the first economic problem is that there are people here who have no money. They earn less than $500 a year. They have families they've got to feed, and now they're offered an opportunity to earn what would be 10 years worth of money in one day. Oh, keep quiet, hornbills. Oh, if they go poach a rhino. So for them, it's life changing. It's life changing for their family. It's life changing for them. So there's your first economic problem, that it's such a vast gap between the haves and have-nots in a lot of the world, that the have-nots are forced often to do illegal things just to survive. Jonathan, all the rhino in that reserve are dehorned, both black and white. So the other interesting thing about rhino horn, as opposed to something like tiger bones or elephant ivory, is it's a sustainable resource. Every 2 to 3 years, you can harvest that horn. So it's unlike something like bones, tiger bones or lion bones. Hey, come here. Anything like that. It's a renewable resource. So every 2 to 3 years, you can harvest it as you harvest milk from a cow, for example. Yes, Maddie, you are correct. There's new uses for rhino horn cropping up, and some of them are new. Well, my music, you're welcome to disagree. So I said it's a complicated process, and unfortunately, the thing is, it's a reality of the world, not just what it is. If you can't pay, you can't stay, and it's a very sad reality. But we need to start looking at ways to ensure that animals afford not only protection to themselves, but also encourage protection from the local communities, because the local communities are getting income, be it via tourism or by farming, because you can farm rhino like you farm other animals. So it's, as I said, it's a very interesting topic, and quite a long topic. But talking back about Rhino Revolution, so as I said, we did the dehorning with them, and you saw they've got the Rhino Orphanage. So that Rhino Orphanage, currently they've got a few baby rhinos. So what happens if a mother is poached and killed, often the babies either run off or escape, and then the people will get hold of the Rhino Revolution Orphanage, and then the orphans will be taken there, and they will be raised till they are old enough to set them back into bush. And they've successfully released 5 white rhino orphans back into the reserve. So that's very, very exciting. Noel, well, the reason for it partially protects the rhino. Well, you cannot cut all the horn off, because there's a growing point, a hollow growing point full of blood vessels in the center of the horn. So if you cut too deep, you can hurt the rhino and damage that point. So there is still a little bit of horn left around the rhino. That's why there's still a chance, but it's a risk-reward basis. The poachers will probably go to an area where rhinos are not dehorned, because there's more reward for the risk, the same risks of going after a dehorned rhino, but with less reward. LJ from PA, if they're raised by humans, how are they able to adjust when free? Quite easily. Where is that little? Go up. Sorry, she's wandering a bit far. Let me just go fetch the terror. Oh, she's found zebra poo. That's what's keeping her so entertained. Why are you eating the poo? Why are you eating the zebra poo? Zebra poo is not for puppies. What's going on here? Sorry, he's eating a bit of zebra poo. Let's take you back. It's enough playing in the pool. Yes, you're very scary. You're a very scary dog. And you're gonna go and put her in her bed quickly. Yes, Dee very much keeping us on our toes. We've got to be careful because she's so small at the moment. She's liable to be attacked by even birds of prey. So she's only allowed outside till she's a bit bigger when I'm with her. And we've had to re-fence the front, but we're just going to have a quick look here. So as I said, there we go. You can say hello. You want to be... Wait, have we got it right? There we go.
Hello everyone.
Hello, there's Opa. Opa is helping us with the badger. Let me just drop that and then just do this for you. Oh, no, that way. Let's take that off. There we go. And you can see nothing serious. Oh, the camera's on that side, that's why. Nothing serious, just a bit of maintenance, some new brake pads. Other than that, the badger is going well, very, very well. So just a little bit of service, a bit of TLC. And so we've got a little oil leak as well, but we found the source of that, so that's going to be fixed. Okay, let's go back. Are there any negative impacts during the dehorning process? Of course, it's stressful on the animal. Whenever you dart an animal, there's chances that things can go wrong. Fortunately, the vets in this area are so skilled and experienced when it comes to dealing with these things that it doesn't happen very often. Now, in young rhinos, young animals, sorry, I just need to clip this back on. In young animals, it's not nearly as problematic. In older rhinos, sort of over 35, 40, you can get a few more problems. There we go. No, let's try to get it back. How did I have it earlier? With my many rocks. There we go. Ha! Oh dear. What have I done wrong now? Rock. There. Oh dear. Sorry guys. Thought I had it all sorted. I might need technical support from Vim for this. There we go. I'll just sit further away. There we go. Okay. So, of course, there are negative effects. There's negative effects as soon as you put any animal, human beings and whatnot, under. I didn't see JC's question. Sorry, guys. There we go. Hi, Brent. Has there been any research into rhino genetics, for example? Bad example, I know, but cattle breeds are genetically chosen. Okay. So, I would say people have looked into it. Unfortunately, you must remember with cattle breeds, you've got a lot more different breeds to deal with and play with the genetics. And with the rhinos, it is possible to breed rhinos with smaller horns. However, you would need to keep all the rhinos in a very you would have to be very, very selective in the rhinos you took and stuff, and the cost and practicality of it probably isn't viable at the moment anyway. And white rhino are actually not endangered. They are threatened. Black rhino are endangered. Henny, what is the success rate of rhino introduction back into the wild? A lot of it depends on the state that the babies arrive in. If they arrive a little bit older, generally you've almost got about 100%. The younger ones can struggle quite a bit. And that's just when they're first away from their mom and stuff. A lot of them do die within the first 2 weeks. But if they sort of get over the first couple of months, then it's a very, very good chance that they will survive and be able to be released. Mashrani, I would love to see an Indian rhino in the wild. I've not been to India yet. I know there is some serious conservation stuff going on in India. The Indian government seems to have done quite well in the conservation of the Indian rhino for now. However, there's been a bit of a controversy amongst with Maharashi. What? How do I say it then? What have I said? Maharashi. Hello, Trouble. How did you escape? How did you escape? Did you get a fright? No, we still want to trouble. We still want to fight. Oh, grr, grr, grr. Ali, is there a concern of poachers killing dehorned rhino to eliminate the chance of coming back? There's always that chance, but that's why in the small, it works better in the smaller fenced reserves because you can dehorn all of them. Yes, I think Puppy just wants to start as well. You are in trouble. How did you get out here? Ow! Don't bite my toes. Phil, I have not been to the Rhino Sanctuary at the Lamech Conservancy. Lioness, you're very, very, very spot on. Please be very careful before you donate to, and before you date, but before you donate to any of the conservation organizations. We are very, very particular at paintedDog.tv which organizations we will recommend that you donate to, and when it comes to rhinos and pangolins, Rhino Revolution has got our stamp of approval. We've been into their facilities, we've worked with them, we know exactly where every cent is going, and it is going to the right places. And so yes, so Rhino Revolution is a good one. There is a link to where you can donate to Rhino Revolution in the episode of Safari with Brent. And then the other organization that we have a lot of respect for and do promote them and all the work that they do is the Endangered Wildlife Trust. And particularly with the wild dogs and cheetahs, and we've had first-hand dealing with them, and they have been around forever, and they are incredible, and they do really, really sterling work. Where are you going, Trouble? Okay, let's have a look. Has anyone got any more questions about rhinoceros? Yes, that wildebeest, that was last year at some point. Andrea, have I ever been injured on a mission? I got a few new holes from the rhino dehorning through the trees and stuff like that. And I tweaked my back a little bit when I had to jump out of the way of the rhino's falling head. I think on a daily basis, if we go out into the field, I come back with at least 3 or 4 new cuts and scrapes and things from following animals off-road and stuff like that. But the only time I've been seriously injured was in Gabon, where I got whacked by a forest elephant and dislocated my hip. Maddie, excellent question. Does dehorning put pressure on other places that don't dehorn? Of course it does. It does put pressure on the other places that don't dehorn. It is one of those things. But it looks like now in this area around Hoedspruit, almost all rhinos are dehorned. Yes, Rhino Revolution is the name of the organization. My music. Why did you dehorn the rhino? To keep them safe from poachers. Bucket and BB have been missing. Mom has been keeping them in some really, really difficult spots, so we haven't been able to find them, even in the badger. Sinak, I will tell a story of when I was attacked by the elephant in Gabon, but not today. We're going to stick on the rhinos. Lioness, how do male rhinos assert their dominance without the horn? The same way they would with the horn. They bash into each other at great speed and great squealing and noises. Rhino fights make some of the most interesting noises. Hopefully, we're going to be able to film a rhino fight, and we will show that to you. Thank you so much, Andrea and Vicky. Tracy, the horn is the microchipped, and the reason it's microchipped is if it ever does get stolen, we know exactly where it's from. And Jonathan, I'll answer your question in a second, and Chris as well. And so it is then placed in a secure sealed bag. A security company then transports it to a lockup area, and that area is obviously not known to most people, and it's secured basically in a vault. Hey, stop it! Come here. There we go. Good girl. Tony, the injecting of the dye into the horn doesn't work. I've actually been involved in some of those processes, and it only works around a very... Oh, sorry, hang on. I got it. Come here, come here. I'm going to show you why I had to just run quickly to save the dog. There's a very dangerous creature that's just arrived. And it's walking away. There's a big bottle there. A very big warthog male, and they are not good for puppies. Okay, puppy, you're going back into puppy jail while I finish up this chat. Okay, come on. Oh, yes, you're a pain. You're such a pain. Why are you such a pain? Can't sit still. Bite, 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 bite. Growl, growl, growl. Oh. Go play with your cow. I'm just going to put her in her bed. And she there. I'm giving her her toy cow. Can you guys see? I can't see. Go. Where are you? No, you're coming to the camera. Here we go. Okay, so I just want to keep her safe from the warthogs. I just need to close up the door here so she can't get out. That's why, and she's so small that we have to keep a very close eye on her at this age. Go on, no. Inside. Sorry about this, guys. The joys of having a puppy. I suppose a bit easier than having a child. Okay, puppy is safely locked up. Nope, 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 nope. Stay. Good girl. Okay. Sorry. I'm back. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, Opa, you're a genius. Opa's been fixing our generator as well. So the generator we use when we're out in the bush if we need to do some welding or drilling or stuff like that. Thank you, my music. Yeah, as I said, everyone's entitled. Everyone has a different opinion, and it's a very difficult subject to discuss sometimes. But I believe we should be having these discussions out in the open and not hidden and whatnot. And who knows, someone might come up with an absolutely brilliant idea that no one's thought of. And my personal opinion when it comes to poaching, it is also to cover for Eskom load shedding, to cover. My personal opinion when it comes to poaching, one thing doesn't work, and killing people isn't the answer, especially when those people are just trying to survive. And if we have decided that murder is the right option, we've lost our way as a species, as the human race. If we've decided that murdering people who are less fortunate than us and are forced into difficult situations is the way to sort it out. And of course, it's not the poacher on the ground; it's the syndicates, the people who are running the rhino horns, are the same people who are running the human trafficking, drugs, all that type of stuff. So it's not the poachers here; it's the middlemen and the top ups that we really need to take care of, and that takes time. There we go. As Dee says, it's the kingpins, and it's, as I say, it's the same people who are running human trafficking. It's the same people who are running drugs, weapons, all that type of stuff. It's the same lot. And obviously the rhino horn is just another form of contraband that they smuggle. And yeah, so it's and as I said, there's no one correct answer. Oh, shame, puppy is crying because I put her inside and she wants to be outside and play. So it's a very difficult thing, and there's no one correct answer. And I think it'd be very foolish of us to try utilize one aspect as the solution for poaching. I think we need a multifaceted attack. Dehorning, anti-poaching, dogs, education, community upliftment, so people actually have jobs and stuff, that they're not forced into these serious into these situations. It's, as I said, yeah, it's a big one, and there's a lot of different answers. Not all of them right, not all of them wrong. But yeah, hey guys, I'm gonna have to get busy, go help Opal. We're fixing up the badger. And we need to go into town to go grab our new brake pads and some other stuff. But it's been great chatting. We're going to have another chat soon. And I got to go look after the poor howling puppy because I've left her alone. Shampus. Okay. Thanks, guys. And we will chat soon.